B'Shem Hashem, Na'aseh v'Natzliach. Continuing in the Garden of Emuna, we're on page 153, Power of Authority equals Emuna. There's a stark difference between a person with Emuna and without Emuna. A person with Emuna in this type of job, where they have some type of authority, whether it's a lot or a little, makes no difference for us. Generally, we are pretty quick to take whatever authority we have and turn it into something very, very big. And we're prone to falling into the pitfalls of Ga'ava. And therefore, in anything that we do, we have to constantly remember that there's a Hashem in the world. And a Baal Emuna does that, no matter where he is, no matter what position he has, no matter what he's doing. We're always trying to get to a position of Hashem is in charge, Hashem is doing everything, Hashem is called Tov, and he's talking to me. When we're living like that, then the person with Emuna who's in such a job, well, he has a tremendous test of Emuna in his life, but he also has a ability to excel, because the fruits and the benefits of a person that is doing his job properly and trying to do chesed for people, that's an unbelievable thing. Where the umat zeh, the opposite side, so if a person just prone to cruelty, arrogance, just terrible things, honor, kavod, that brings a person out of this world. So you see, like the rabbi explains over and over, it's either Emuna or Gehenom. Because even if you have arrogance for a little while, and even if we have kavod, if it's not real, if it's not the real kavod, if it's not the kavod melachim, which is the honor of Hashem, if it's not the kavod Hashem where it's not you, and it's all him, if it's not that kavod, that's not real kavod. And that kavod doesn't stay anywhere, and it's not worth anything. So let's go through the first example. A public servant, somebody who works in a bank, in the government office. It's more common in Israel to have these government offices, but they're all Jewish people. You go to get a passport, it's another Jewish person. It doesn't matter what our job is. If we're put in such a job, we have to know that this is divine, that this is what Hashem wants. And for what reason? This guy has to deal with a lot of people and a lot of different people, and this guy's job's not easy. Some people even come in and embarrass him, and maybe after a long day, he just has to put up with all kinds of craziness. It's a hard thing, but it's an important test of Emunah, that this person has to deal with a lot of people in his life. That means he has to understand, and he or she has to understand that when there's people waiting online, if you're a bank teller even, people waiting online to come and deposit money, well then, maybe you have to understand that these people are connected to you in some way, and therefore you must look for a way to do chesed and to be kind, because all these people, most probably, we have a tikkun with, and we have to fix. The more people we're involved with, the more people that we have. What do you think? It's random that your neighbor is your neighbor? No. These are people that you need to make a tikkun with. Everything is for tikkun. Everything is for a reason. And it's upon the person to understand that we can fix. We can fix. We can fix how? If we're paying attention. Pay attention to Hashem. Pay attention in this world to Hashem. Pay attention. We have the ability, and that's what Emunah is. Emunah is paying attention, opening our eyes, keeping our eyes open, especially on the holiday of Hanukkah. The holiday of Hanukkah, now there's light, there's more light, there's continuous light. Hashem brings us up from the bottom. We can come up now, we just have to ask for it. Everybody needs to ask by the candles that Hashem should help us get close to Him. Hashem should give us Emunah, in zechut of the light. You know that there's no Mishnayot for Hanukkah. There's no Gemara of Hanukkah. Why not? The rabbis weren't sure that it would last. The rabbis weren't sure it would last, but it's the holiday that in the end brings the most light. And they didn't understand that it takes our part. It takes our part to say that no, we're going to do it anyway, even though it looks impossible, because Hashem is in charge. Of course we could do it. Of course we could do it, because Hashem is doing everything. And when we have that understanding, of course we could do it because Hashem is doing everything, then Hashem does everything. We should be zocher to that. But in the interim, we have to understand that whatever job we're in, we have to realize that we have to be good to people. And the people that are your partners, and the people that you're working with, and the people that you get chosen in school to be a buddy, to do a project with, or whatever it is. These are people, if you're in work, and it's a certain person that you don't really love, you get chosen to go to a trade show with that person, you have to bunk up in a hotel room with this person. This is alenu, to fix. This is for us to recognize Hashem's talking to us here. Hashem wants us to do something over here. Hashem wants us to be better. And not the opposite, and not to just give bizyonot. And that guy who's waiting online, he's stressed, he's got to go. We have to be careful and be thinking about other people's feelings. The other way is just a terrible life. And we'll most probably just have to come back again. We should be zocher to recognize that we can make a tikkun. We can really fix. It really says over here, and even if we're not doing everything good, but it says, the rabbi brings down, כמו שאמר רבי חנינא בן דוסה, כל שהרוח הבריות נוחה ממנו, רוח המקום נוחה ממנו. Anybody that has a pleasantry over here, in this earth, who is dealing with people in a proper way, then they love him upstairs in Shemayim also. Upirush Rabbeinu Avadim Avar Tenura, the Rav in the Pirush Mishnah says, Kol mi shehu ahuv lemata, anybody who's loved downstairs, v'yadu shehu ahuv lemata. You have to know that Hashem is also in love and they like you. We have to be good to people. We're good to people. And that's again Hashem's midah keneged midah. We should be zocher to be good to people. And don't waste the time. Take the opportunity in our jobs, in our life, to fix, to be able to recognize that this is Hashem making a tikkun for me. And not to get down, not to get depressed. Zchut Chanukah.